Good morning. It's Saturday, March 23rd, 2019. This is the 24 hours of Bitcoin. Take a quick look at our disclaimer. This is not trading advice. You can pause the video to read the disclaimer or click on the link in the description down below. And I'll say, what is up, Bitcoin traders? This is Doug, and I believe in you. I believe in the small trader. That's why I created this channel, and it's designed to be part of your daily success routine with your Bitcoin trading. So let's get your motivation up to a 10 and get you believing in you as well. Today, when I started looking at the charts, I could see that there was a bit of a divergence here at the very tip of the knife, if you were, where RSI is showing some weakness and going down to an oversold territory. At the same time, that Unbalanced Volume is showing some pressure in selling, and the MACD indicator has crossed over and is going down below with a negative histogram. All of those things are negative divergences in the prices. So let's start off, before we take a look closer at that, and back up and take a look at the long-term view of the charts. So we're going to prove to ourselves that money works for us. We can trade Bitcoin properly. We can be patient. We can find an analysis here that tells us what we should be doing. We really can make money work for us. And I'm going to point out here that you see that 2 points of the most oversold in the RSI is now and back when Bitcoin did a big dump back in 2015. Some other things to notice is that from that point all the way along for the next year and a half pretty much, the RSI was on an uptrend in the weekly view. And we're having much the same thing occurring now. Something I want to point out about the RSI is something I don't normally do, but as I was reviewing the charts, I was noticing this pattern where as the prices are going up in the RSI, I'm anticipating the same thing now. So then we've got this trend line that we are really going to become aware of in the weeks to come. We're going to continue to redraw this over and over again and watch what the RSI is doing in the patterns as the prices are moving up. And we'll compare that against the other indicators as well. So in the longest term, this is all looking great, very bullish from where we're standing right now. Just to review all of these. Now let's look at the unbalanced volume. Another one that where I normally don't do technical analysis on the indicators themselves, there are some important points here to pay attention to in the longer term patterns, where we can see this level of the unbalanced volume is required pretty much for a price move to the positive side. All the times that the prices have moved to the positive side in a good amount, we've seen this kind of unbalanced volume at a minimum. And so this is what we're watching for now before we're really going to see that big breakout. So this isn't telling me that we're there yet when I'm looking at these charts. So it's not the most bullish of indicators for this point. Now we're going to go and take a look at the MACD indicator. And I'm going to go back to 2015 because this is the last time the MACD indicator was this low. And what happened during this year of 2015? This is the same time period that the RSI was on a steady uptrend. So was the MACD. It never crossed over on the weekly all the way along here. Finally, it crossed above the 0 point, and just at the same time that the market went into the bull run. So now I want to go into the current prices and take a look at what's going on there. So as we zoom into the MACD, we can see the crossover, and we are in a similar position. So we'll watch to see how far apart these two lines are in the chart. We'll watch to see the positive histogram. And so long as those things are staying in the direction they are right now, we know that we're continuing on in the positive. So our initial view of looking at the 15-minute bar and seeing divergences still is not being supported by the long term. Let's zoom in now and go into the 3-month view, clear off these, start off with a 1-year view. So in the 1-year view, we're still seeing a nice positive divergence in the RSI moving along. So this is great. This is what we want to see and continue to see as the time moves on. Clear that off and zoom in. We're still not seeing, well, I'm looking for bearish divergences now. So I'm looking to see that this is not matching up. This would be a divergence if they are not matching up properly. And these are not really diverging strongly. So It's not giving me a feeling yet that this is topping and coming down. This is the first divergence I'm seeing that is giving me that feeling, where we're getting higher highs here but lower highs here. And we're looking at the 1 month view, so that was the 4-hour bar. So on the 1 hour bar, it's not giving me a negative divergence here that I would be expecting if it was about to dump. We're sticking pretty close here all the way along. And I'd be expecting a divergence here where this is looking stronger, but this is looking weaker, and we just don't have that case yet. So it's not looking to me like this little dip is enough power to change the direction of this as a bull flag. So this would be a bull flag. Prices come down and up they go after that. And this will be an upside down Bart Simpson maybe. Let's go and take a look at the other indicators and zoom into different time frames for them as well. Let's zoom into the 1 year view for the unbalanced volume. We can still see that technical line where unbalanced volume must cross above that in order for us to really get a good surge. And when we see this happening, we know the surge is already on the way, and we'll see it in the charts. It won't be something you can hide. Now, zooming into the 3 month view, we can see that we have somewhat, well, it's not really a divergence here. Let's continue on to the next indicator. Actually, before we go into that, I do want to point out that this is showing our red and what on the 12-hour time frame. Let's zoom in now and take a look at that. It's not red on the 4-hour time frame. So that was important to see that red on the 12-hour. I'm paying attention to it on the 4-hour, nothing there yet. If we zoom in to the 4-hour view, zoom into the 1-hour view, there's a bit of dips of red here, but not very strong. However, all the way through, we're starting to see flavors of red, a little bit of red. So this is kind of an alert, a warning that there's more weakness coming in here than I want to see. Still a steady trickle of on-balance positive on volume, but a couple of those red things to pay attention to. Now let's go to the MACD and start zooming in on this. Whoops, we'll go to the 1 year view. As we were showing before, this is indicating a bottom and a crossover here, which is great. My apologies. And then stair-stepping up as we're moving along. That looks positive to me. Zooming in, clearing those off. I'm still not seeing a negative divergence here very strong. This is down a little bit. Not really strong yet, but this is stronger on this side. So it's not giving me a dump. With this crossover here, we'll have to really watch this. This is going to a negative histogram all the way along here, and this is negative. So here again on the 4-hour bar is a negative divergence in the prices, much like we saw on the RSI. Zooming in to the 4-hour bar. Now to the 1-hour bar, this is looking stronger. We are getting a bit of a cross here, but the histogram is positive on this side. So it's still looking like a bull flag to me, that it's pulled back and is making this flag, and it's all consolidating right now, and I expect prices to be moving higher. We'll finish up by taking a look at the rest of these currencies. We're looking at Bitcoin, Stellar, Ethereum, and Litecoin, and they are all still right on the very edge. If any of them are, if they're all of them rather, are breaking below these technical support and resistance levels, that's very bearish. And this is the main chart that I keep up on one of my monitors, so that I'm watching this all the time so that I can see what's going on. The last thing we'll take a look at is our bull bear index. As we go through this every single, well, pretty much every day, we are grading all of the cryptocurrencies on their bullishness and bearishness index, and we can see that the bullishness index has pulled back a little bit and the bearishness index has ticked up a little bit. As we review this over the next few days, we'll see if the cryptocurrencies are actually topping out and pulling back from here, or are they making a formation that's going to be continuing on the bull trend. Now, I really believe in the small trader. I started off as a very small trader. I'm still a small trader compared to many, but I know that we can make money work for us. We really can. We can learn the skills. If you can tie your shoes, really, if you can drive in city traffic, if you have those skills and you can learn those skills, you really do have what it takes to be able to learn how to trade successfully. So this is the point now that you've got to transition from watching videos to actually taking an action. So what I want you to do is head over to IntroToCryptos.ca and sign up, register on the website, get the free chapter from our book, and also you'll get a copy of the spreadsheet, our bull market watch spreadsheet, where you can follow along all of the studies that we're doing, the color-coded studies of the bullishness and bearishness of all of these different cryptocurrencies, and maintain this for your own studies. It would be great to have you along. Thanks again for joining in. I look forward to your comments down below, and I'll see the rest of you in our Discord chat. Cheers and bye for now.